Yo! Welcome back to a brand new Craftopia guide. In today's guide, we're going to be talking about a feces farm. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please do drop a like and subscribe. Comment down below of any help that you may need or any farms that you want to see me make. But let's do this. Now, before we get started, I just want to say, excuse my voice. I feel absolutely fine, but my voice is just going. I don't know if it's because I'm talking a lot when I'm recording or streaming or what, but my voice can't handle this. So one of my favorite creations I've ever made on this game and a guide for you guys was my feces farm. The reason for that is because it was just so weird. We actually ended up with a toilet that became a poop cannon, to the point where you could just spam it and rapid fire all this poop out. Now, unfortunately, the last content update we received actually patched the toilet cannon, so we're back to the older methods. So I'm going to show you guys today the most efficient way to do it post toilet patch. Now, one thing we can definitely say for now is that the toilet is now useless. Do not bother with a toilet. Unless you really want to store one poop at a time inside a toilet, just don't bother. It's not worth it. In fact, I've actually disabled my character's poop function, which you can do from the settings if you don't want to actually have it happen to yourself. This still means the animals will poop, but it means your character himself doesn't. Now, the reason I've done this is because I will never pick up my own poop, just because I can have animals do all that for me. So my poop is just being randomly left around the floor in my base. So I'd rather it not. So I just disabled that and I'll take in all the poop that I can get from an automatic farm. Now, there's two different things you can do in terms of collecting feces, and you can then adjust to that how you want, which you will see as we go. Now, the two ways of doing this is with a bunch of animals or just one animal, and I will show you both ways today. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by just building a platform. Now, I like to build up in the sky a little bit, just so I've got a little bit of underground space if I wish, but you don't have to do that. Just build a flat platform like so, and then put some walls around the outside. So I'm just going to put a single layer around, preferably a 3x3 square. So it looks like this. Now I'm actually going to remove all the outside floors and make it so just have this floating platform with walls around the outside. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some conveyor belts all the way around. So it creates like a little track around this center platform. Like so. Perfect. Now I'm just going to double up those walls to get it nice and high. But as I said, do this however you want. It also depends on the two animals that you choose. So my personal favorite is either chickens or crocodiles. Now, the reason I choose chickens or crocodiles is because chickens are the smallest animal. Chickens actually allow you to make this build smaller, and you could have a simple little 2x2 instead of this whole 3x3. But if you're doing crocodiles, then I recommend to have a bigger pit like this, because it will stop them getting so crushed in together. Now, the reason I choose two different animals is because chickens, if you are just trying to mass produce poop, you don't care about enchants. Chickens will be more useful that way, and you can fill up a smaller box, taking up less space. However, if you do want the enchants on the poo, then you would do crocodiles, which will give you the crocodile's poop, and that is a lot better than standard poop. So I'm going to do it using crocodiles, but as I said, you can go ahead and put chickens in this instead if you wish. Do whatever you need. So I'm just going to come on top of our pit, and I'm going to put down some floors to give us a kind of top area looking into the pit. I'm now going to equip a breeder, and I'm going to place the breeder on the edge, just like so. Now, this part is kind of up to you. So I'm going to be putting two crocodiles on top of this breeder, which will breed into this pit. Now, if you have low-level crocodiles, they're not going to breed for very long. You're not going to get very many crocodiles out of it. So you may want to set up a healing platform, which I will do. Just add some floors to the back of here and place a big cooking pot on the back, like so, and then place a second breeder on top of the pot. So you have something like this. Then you can place monos up here so they fall in and die, and then it also heals the crocodiles on the front. So I'm going to put my two crocodiles on here. They're spawn in, and there we go. They will start filling up this box for us and begin to collect that poop, but the poop will just be going around in a circle. That's okay. So I'm actually going to equip two green monos and chuck them up here. They will go into the pot. They're only level 40s, but they are going to go into the pot and they will heal the 2 crocodiles on the front. The level of the crocodile is borderline irrelevant. The only purpose of me having higher level crocodiles is so it actually stays alive longer on the breeder. But if you were just using it for this purpose and you want them healed from those monos, then you could use level 1 crocodiles. That's absolutely fine. So as you can see, they are spawning into this pit and they are going round gradually. So now to turn it into an actual poop farm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to destroy this wall here. So with this piece of wall destroyed, this is where I want my chest to be. So I'm going to place a chest down on here. And I'm going to place an absorber on the back. Now, as you can see, the edge of the absorber slightly overlaps where the wall is going to go. That's okay. That's actually how we want it. This allows you to put a wall back in and for them to be absorbed through the wall. Now, to make sure that they all get pushed into that absorber, I'm then going to equip a fan and place it on this back wall. This will just mean anything that goes around on that conveyor belt will get pushed back towards that absorber and absorbed into the chest. Now, as I did actually end up doing the mono healing, I'm actually going to place 2 floors back here. And I'm just going to place about 4 droppers on here and allow all that stuff to be shot out and sold in this market. Now, if you want to do this, you can. As I said, if you're using the mono healing, then you're going to need for that stuff to be collected. But you can have that collected into a chest to go towards your picture book, whatever you want to do. The crocodiles are going to hit their limit and fill this box up. When they do, their poop is going to be taken round on that conveyor belt. When it hits that back wall where all the crocodiles are now, that fan is actually going to push the poop into the absorber stream, and then the absorber is going to take it into the chest. So what will end up happening is eventually your crocodiles will no longer spawn. You would have put in the maximum amount of spawns allowed on the map, which means your crocodiles won't spawn in and neither will your green monos. Now that's okay, purely because the green monos will stop spawning in, which will stop healing the crocodiles on the top. But the crocodiles, despite not spawning in more crocodiles, will still continue to breed and they will die. So eventually that automation will actually stop. But it will be stopped with the maximum amount of spawns allowed on this map. That's why I recommend doing this on a separate world. As you can see, this is just a small island with nothing else on it. That is so it doesn't mess up with my other automations on a different island. It will simply mean this world is dedicated to a whole bunch of animals that are just going to be spawning in poop. So once I hit that spawn limit of creatures, I'm actually just going to leave it. They will all stay alive in the box and will just keep pushing out poop, which would be forced to come into this box here. Now, if you're wondering why we put the conveyor belts around, we do that so the poop gets taken around to the correct place we want it to be forced into that storage chest. If you don't put down the conveyor belts, then the poop will actually get caught under the crocodiles and will just build up and won't actually be collected. So the conveyor belts allow it to be taken round and to be able to be moved out from underneath the crocodiles. But as you can see, we are getting to a lot of crocodiles in here. This is why I said if you want to do this with chickens, if you don't care about the enchantments, that's absolutely fine. Do it with chickens. It will actually be a smaller box with chickens, which will not take up so much space. But as I said, this is just a dedicated island to building this. So it kind of doesn't matter how big it is. So this will just keep going forever. We can check inside the box, but you can see we don't have any poop yet. It actually takes a while to begin, but then when it begins, it kind of speeds up. So that is a great method to AFK in some poop. The only thing is, it is difficult to have this on your main base. So it does mean you're going to have to go AFK, gaining nothing but poop. But this will be helping you bring in a lot of poop. And it is going to be very slow, but you're still going to get faster poop than relying on it from your character or trying to do anything else such as use a toilet. Now you can do the animal poop farm with any animals in the game. I only recommend using the crocodiles because it comes with enchantments, or chickens because it takes up less space. Other than that, do it however you want. No animal generates poop faster than the other, except a tamed giraffe. So if you capture a giraffe, take it to a pet management machine and you tame it, you get your pet giraffe, obviously. Now, in case you didn't know, all tamed animals have a small bonus to using them. For example, if you have a tamed penguin, a penguin will go around and drop ice. So you can just randomly pick up ice. Well, the giraffe does a similar thing, but instead of ice, it poops. But the great thing is about a giraffe poop is every time a giraffe needs to poop, it can poop up to 20 poops in one go, which means you can use it to create your own little AFK poop farm. So here I have a pet giraffe. So what I can actually do is I could box my giraffe in, put an absorber on a chest and collect the poop that it drops. But of course, if I run around, it will follow me, meaning it will teleport out of any entrapment that I tried to put it in. But if I head to my skills and go to Tamer, you can see we have weight. Now, I actually use this, but this allows me to make any animal wait exactly where I want it. So if I catch my giraffe, I build him a small little poop collecting box. Now, I want the wall to go here, so I'm going to do the same thing where I put down a chest very close to the wall, and I put an absorber on the back of the chest, and then I place a wall to box him in very slightly through the wall so it absorbs through. Now when I throw my giraffe down, if I run away, he's going to teleport. He's going to teleport to where I am. But I can actually set him to wait. And now, wherever I go, he will stay in that box. So I can get as far away from him as I wish, and he is just going to stay there. Now if you need to position him correctly, just get on his back, ride him to where you want him. So I want him to be like this. And now when I hop off, I can then hit the weight straight away and he will not move from that exact spot. The only thing about this is while he is out, I can't have another pet out. So if you're going and roaming other islands, you're going to want to put him away, bring out your dragon or your griffin for transport. But every time you get back here, you can just chuck down your giraffe. That's the only reason I don't personally use this method, but it is a lot more of an accessible method to do at your main base instead of a whole big build like this. But this is also a great AFK method. Now, when it comes to which one is faster, it's a little bit up for debate. Personally, I find the animals faster. A lot of other people find the one giraffe faster. Now, I think this is down to RNG. I don't think any of us are actually correct. The giraffe poops at the same frequency as anything else in the game, not more often. The only difference is it drops up to 20 poop. But if you have a maximum amount of crocodiles and you just keep that going round, you will end up with a whole bunch of poop. Now, I have left both overnight, and I can actually say that I ended up with more poop from all the animals than I did from the giraffe. But it required me to be AFK on an island like this, where there was nothing else on here, meaning I wasn't actually getting the maximum amount. Now, as you can see, I actually have that down, and I have my giraffe over here. So if you want to, run both. Put both in your base if that's what you really want to do to maximize out on the poop. But if you're not looking to build a big poop farm like that, then maybe a single giraffe, build him a little house, and then just have this chest absorbing his poop will be the best thing. But as you can see, has one poop. He can drop up to 20. And in your other farm, that will just drop the one poop, but per crocodile. So you max that out to the limit, and you're going to be getting a lot of poop. Now, I understand this is nowhere near as efficient as the original poop cannon, but nothing ever will. Rest in peace, poop cannon. But at least this should help you gather up a bunch of poop until we at least figure out a better method, or a better method comes to the game. But in this moment in time, this is the best method, either all the animals or the giraffe. Now, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do drop a like and subscribe. Comment down below with any help that you may need in the game, or what is your tactic to gathering up a lot of poop. Remember to breed a whole bunch of either chickens or crocodiles. Crocodiles for the enchants, chickens for the space saving. Or just chuck down a giraffe using the wait order skill to make it stay in place for that chest to just keep absorbing it and collecting up all the poop that the giraffe has to offer. But most importantly, enjoy the rest of your day. Click the link in the description and join our Discord. Stay safe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace!